then take with thee one or two more, that in the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses every word may be established.
So you go and take 2 other persons who not biased, who neutral, and you go and settle the matter. You go and settle the matter. Let them be the judge of the situation. That is a law. That is a law. And guess what? If you ain't want to hear none of you, what next? What next? You don't know? Let me find out.
And if he shall neglect to hear them, tell it unto the church.
Tell it unto the leaders. Tell it unto the leaders. That is the church. The people is the church. Acts is what? Acts 7 and 40 something? 48? You don't have to 38. Right. Yeah. Let me show you what the church is, first of all. Because you see, people think the church is the building that you're going into, right? But the Bible don't say that. Let me show you.
This is the book of Acts, chapter 7 and verse 38. This is he that was in the church in the wilderness with the angel.
Who was in the wilderness? It had any building in the wilderness? No buildings at all. So who was in the wilderness? Not the people? Exactly. So the church is the people. So when you go back to Matthew now, read that again.
And if he shall neglect to hear them, tell it unto the church.
Tell it unto the leaders in the church. Alright? The people. Now, you know that you are Israelite. You know that you must keep the laws. That's because that's the conclusion of the whole matter. Read that for him, is it? Alright, let me get that. Let me see the conclusion of the whole matter. Why we were here in the first place. Because you're only hearing laws after laws. But there's a reason why we as men and women of the children of Israel were created in the first place. So listen up.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12 and verse 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter.
Right, so let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter, right?
Fear God.
He says, fear him first. Why to fear him? You know why? You know why God said to fear him? Give me Isaiah 47 and 17. Let me show you why God said to fear him. David? So, there's a reasons why God said to fear him. Go ahead.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 47 and verse
45.
45 something?
Yeah.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 45 and verse 7. I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil.
And create what?
Evil.
Evil. The Most High, who did that?
I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things.
So God say he do all these things. How do you think we get into slavery in the first place? Because God sent us into slavery. Give me that in Amos, the precept in Amos. God sent us into slavery. You understand? Because a lot of people think, the devil do this or the devil do that. The devil working for God. A lot of our people don't even understand that. How you think we think in the book of Job, the devil went to God and God sent him and said, go and test Job. Is God the devil working for? You have it? Amos 3. 6.
This is the book of Amos, chapter 3 and verse 6. Shall a trumpet be blown in the city and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in a city and the Lord had not done it?
Shall there be evil in a city or shooting or whatever? Let me bring it down to layman's term. Shall there be a gun shooting going on in the city and God end it? God is the author of it. God caused it to happen for a reason. Because go back to the one where we had before, Ecclesiastes, yeah. Go back to the conclusion. Because God is the one in charge of everything. You understand? So, you have it? Right.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12 and verse 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God.
So now you understand how to fear God first, right? Because he could kill you at any point in time. Then do what else?
And keep his commandments.
There we go again. Fear God, keep his commandments. Deuteronomy 10 and 12 said the very same thing. Let me go in the New Testament now. Let me go to the last chapter, the last book, Revelation chapter 4, 22 and verse 14. Let me see what God said we must be doing. Now, because you want to get to the kingdom, right, brethren? Right, Roger? You want to get to the kingdom. Let's see what's going to happen.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 22 and verse 14. Blessed are they that do his commandments.
So Israelites outside there, or whoever is hearing our voice, God said, blessed is they that do his commandments. Not have a feeling, not the way how you feel, not what the pastor even said. Blessed is they that do the commandments. Go ahead.
That they may have right to the tree of life.
That they may have right to the tree of life, which is basically immortality. Go ahead.
And may enter through the gates of the city.
Through the gates of the city. Now it says gates. What in Christianity they teach you? Not one big pearly white gate. It says gates here, plural. How much gates? How much? More than one, obviously. But let me find out how much. 21 verse. Go ahead.
Having the glory of God. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 21 and verse 11. Having the glory of God, and her light was like unto a stone most precious, even like a jasper stone, clear as crystal, and had a wall great and high.
So it had a wall. Now imagine this. It had a wall great and high. This is the kingdom he's talking about, eh?
And had 12 gates.
12 gates. Not one big pearly white gate. 12 gates. Go ahead.
And at the gates, 12 angels.
When you go into a club or so, it is have a big fella in front, sometimes more than one on occasions. What they call them, bouncers, eh? What does a bouncer do? Exactly, bouncer out of the place, right? Uncle, you don't use the Israelite by the way? Come on hear this, come on hear this, come on. Come hear this. So you say a bouncer bounce you out at or wherever club you're in, right? Yeah. So read that again.
And had a wall great and high, and had 12 gates.
So this is the kingdom of heaven, right? That 12 gates, not one big pearly white gate. Go ahead.
And at the gates, 12 angels.
12 bouncers. So if you ain't belong in that gate, hard luck, right? Go ahead.
And names were written thereon, which are the names of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel.
Now imagine a bouncer have a list of people who are to come in. And if you're not on that list, you think you get in? So if you're not an Israelite, you think them getting in? Think about it, eh? No, it said the 12 tribes of the children of Israel. This is real. So the question is, are you an Israelite? You don't know? Alright, look at this sign here. Tell me where you see yourself. Tell me where you see yourself. You have Judah, which is the American blacks. Yeah. You have Benjamin, which is the West Indian blacks. You have Levi, which is the Haitians, and so forth, going on to 12. So which one do you think you are? West Indian blacks. That's us. Benjamin. Exactly. Benjamin. So guess what? On the same, above the same gate, have the name Benjamin. You are a Benjamite. How you think we get here, uncle? You laugh. Serious thing. How you think we get here?
This book of Psalms, chapter 83 and verse 1. Keep not thou silence, O God. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O God.
So Asaph is praying a prayer to God of Israel. He said, don't keep peace, O Lord, and don't be silent, because the matter is very urgent. You understand? Go ahead.
For lo, Thine enemies make a tumult.
For lo, your enemies make a gathering.
And they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
They that hate God take crafty counsel against God's children. You understand where I'm coming from, right? Right? Go ahead.
And consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come, let us cut them off from being a nation.
So, Roger, what's your last name? Huh? Daniel, right? Where you get that last name from? You inherited from who? Your parents. And where they inherited from? Their parents, and going back all the way back to... That's right? So, we inherit the last names. For example, like my former last name was Philip. I inherited that via slavery. Now my name is Israel. I'll show you why my name become Israel just now, but go ahead.
They have said, come, and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
So that we will not be calling ourselves Israelites no more.
That's right.
You understand me? Right?
For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee.
Now we're going to name the demons and them. Listen carefully and I'll translate it for you.
The tabernacles of Edom.
Head one, head demon, the white man, the so-called white man.
That's right.
Go ahead.
And the Ishmaelites.
The Arabs, a lot of our black people, Israelites, think that there's Muslims. Islam is not for us.
Right.
You understand? Go ahead.
Of Moab.
The Chinese. Go ahead.
And the Hagarenes.
The Egyptian, a lot of our people in the Egyptology. Go ahead.
Gibal and Ammon.
Gibal is an ex-African, we call it an ex-African tribe. Ammon is the Japanese.
And Amalek.
Amalek is the people that pretending to be we.
That's right.
The false Jews or the Jewish. The Jewish. And guess what? When you bring them out on the term Jewish or trying to or expose them on their lies, there's always fight back. Guess what? You wanna know why? Because they own the media. They own basically almost everything. Everything. The Bible calls them the synagogue of Satan.
That's right.
The devil of that the Bible speak about. Yeah, let me get that. Let me show you. This is an interesting book, and this is our history. This is our history class. This doesn't be taught in our school. It should be. But guess what? Listen to this.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 2 and verse 9. I know thy works, and tribulation, and poverty, but thou art rich.
Christ is saying he know the works that we go through. Every day, we toiling, we working hard. And the money that we get is not enough. It's just barely scraping over to the next month. Eh? But he said, thou art rich. You don't know why we're rich? Because the promises that he made in this Bible belongs to us. The world belongs to us.
That's it.
Don't forget that at all. You hear me, Roger? Don't forget that at all. Go ahead.
And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews.
He said he know the lies of them which call themselves Jews or Jewish or Israelis, not Israelites, not Jew, but Jewish. Blasphemy.
And are not, but are the synagogue of Satan.
But at the synagogue of the devil. Give me 3 and 9 too. Let me see if it's one place. Go ahead.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 3 and verse 9. Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews and are not, but do lie. Behold, I will make them to come and worship before thy feet.
Roger, hear this. Hear what Christ is saying. Roger, listen carefully. Hear what Christ is saying. For them people who calling themselves to be you, look what Christ is saying.
Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews and are not, but do lie. Behold, I will make them to come and worship before thy feet.
Christ said he will make them to come and worship you. Before your feet. You believe that? You believe that, Roger? Imagine people who had you in slave. As a matter of fact, them slave ship was insured by them. And they had slaves too. They like to play, they ain't had slaves, but they had slaves too. They had us in slavery. And all the ships was insured by them. So guess what? Just now, hold on, brother. I'm dealing with something. There is the reason, there is also part of the reason why we are here. And why we don't have a name and they have our names. Go ahead.
And to know that I have loved thee.
All to know that Christ loved you, Roger. You understand? No. These people cause us to lose our name and heritage, right? Give me in Isaiah
44 and 5.
44 and 5.
Yeah.
Isaiah 44 and 5. Let me see why. My name is Israel, and a few other brothers are wrong. You're right in purple. Name is Israel. Let me show you.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 44 and verse 5. One shall say, I am the Lord's, and another shall call himself by the name of Jacob.
Right. You are the Lord's child, right? You belong to the Lord. Now, one shall say he is the Lord, and one shall call his name by Jacob. Listen to this.
And another shall subscribe with his hand unto the Lord.
And the next one shall literally put in writing with his hand
and surname himself by the name of Israel.
And surname himself by the name of David.
Israel.
Joshua.
Israel.
Philip.
Israel.
Surname yourself the name of Israel, because we are the sons and daughters of Israel.
That's right.
You understand? All right. Now, let's deal with something else. Let me go into, give me Proverbs. Proverbs 2 and 1. Let me get some nice Proverbs. Let me see what is things that we should be doing, and what's wise proverb. You know what proverb mean, right? Like a wise saying. Right? Yeah.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 2 and verse 1. My son, if thou wilt receive my words and hide my commandments with thee, so that thou incline thine ear unto wisdom and apply thy heart unto understanding.
So you're inclining your ears to wisdom and your mind unto understanding. You know what understanding is, right? Alright. Where's wisdom? Wisdom. What is wisdom? Wisdom of Solomon. Sirach 1920. Let me see what wisdom is. Let's see. Let's see what the Bible says what wisdom is. You have it? 20.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 19 and verse 22. The knowledge of the commandments of the Lord is a doctrine of life.
So the doctrine of life, or doctrine of the book, is the commandments of God. You understand? You're following me, right? Alright, go ahead.
And they that do things that please him shall receive the fruit of the tree of immortality.
They that do action word, you must be doing things to please him. For example, like the brother before me, he was talking about the fringes and not shaving your hair or shaving your beard, right? These things that you're doing to please God, basically his commandments. Go ahead.
The fear of the Lord is all wisdom, and in all wisdom is the performance of the law and the knowledge of his omnipotency.
So the fear and the wisdom is the performance of the law. So the wisdom that the Bible talk about is doing God's laws.
Right.
This is it. Give me myself tell you what it is.
This is the book of Baruch, chapter 4 and verse 1. This is the book of the commandments of God and the law that endureth forever.
So it said, this is the book of the commandments of God and the law that endureth forever. Not for a short time, not for, a 15 minutes, forever. Alright, go ahead.
All they that keep it shall come to life, but such as leave it shall die.
We don't want to die. We don't want you to die, brother. Now, I heard they talk about the Sabbath. So you understand, first of all, you understand you're an Israelite, right? You understand we must be keeping the laws, and that is the reason why we were created. You understand that the law is wisdom. Now, oh God. Yes, Sabbath. Let's see what a next thing that you must be doing on the Sabbath. Give me that in Leviticus 23 and start from verse 1. Let's see. Have it?
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 23 and verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, concerning the feasts of the Lord, which you shall proclaim to be holy convocations, even these are my feasts.
So it's a holy convocation. Convocation is what? Like congregating, right? Right. Let's see what feast he's talking about here now.
6 days shall work be done, but the 7 days a Sabbath of rest, and an holy convocation.
And a holy convocation means to come together and congregate with like-minded brothers or sisters. That is basically a law of the book. Give me Zephaniah 2 and 1 real quick. Zephaniah 2 and 1 to show how it correlates. Alright? Alright. So congregated. We have a school. The school is in number what? Number 58 Penco Street. You can come and learn with the brothers. Just walk with your Bible, pen, and book, and come and learn. Alright? You have it?
Zephaniah 2 and 1. This is the book of Zephaniah, chapter 2 and verse 1. Gather yourself together. Yea, gather together, O nation not desired. Before the decree bring forth, before the day pass as a chaff.
Right. So he says, gather together, O nation not desired. Let me ask you this question. Are we liked by the Chinese man? What about the East Indian? Definitely not the Syrian, right? So he says, gather together. And if you're not gathering together, guess what? When a group of lions, a pride of lions hunting, and one buffalo decides to stray, they will go after that one, right? Why? Exactly, and there's no safety if you're alone. That's why the book say, gather together, O nation not desire. Nobody desires. So if we're out there on we own, we're out in the cold. And whoever come before us. That's why he said, gather together. Read it again.
The book of Zephaniah, chapter 2 and verse 1. Gather yourself together. Yea, gather together, O nation not desired.
Sister, you know we are a nation not desired? What about you? You all know that? You all know that we are the Israelites? Go ahead, read again.
The book of Zephaniah, chapter 2 and verse 1. Gather yourselves together. Yea, gather together, O nation not desired. Before the decree bring forth, before the day pass as a chaff, before the fierce anger of the Lord come upon you.
Before the fierce anger of the Lord come upon us. Let me show you what the fierce anger of the Lord come upon us look like. Isaiah 66, verse 15. Let me show you Roger, let me show you what God's anger look like. You have it? Isaiah 66, verse 15, and reading down to 17.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 66 and verse 15. For behold, the Lord will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury, and his rebuke with flames of fire. For by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh.
So by God is saying, by fire and by his sword. Where is the with a sword? Kill people, right? It was designed to kill or defend, right? So with fire, which is burn, and a sword, which is used to kill, will the Lord plead with all flesh. Mama, put you to sleep. Put you to sleep? Alright. No problem. But you're here long. You're welcome to come and congregate with the brothers and sisters and learn more about who we are. You understand? Because it's not just us, the physical black people. It's also the Hispanic man that is a woman that you see walking past here. Also the first people we call the Caribs, Arabs, the native Indians where they are. Not the East Indians, but the native Indians. And guess what? We scattered all over the world. There's a curse. There's Deuteronomy 28 and verse 64. Let me show you that. Because we were scattered not because we were doomed for destruction but we are scattered for a reason. I'll show you that too.
The book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 64. And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people, from one end of the earth even unto the other. And there thou shalt serve other gods.
So, Roger, you remember when I was saying earlier that all people in Egyptology, Islam and these things, right? This is what this is saying. All people will be scattered in all race of people, right? And there we will serve other gods. Go ahead.
Which neither thou nor thy fathers have known.
Right.
Even wood and stone.
What is a nation? Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is men leading by example. Nation is women's support. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is you. It's nation time.
And finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord. His word